Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Vanguard Tactics. I'm your host, Stephen Box, and if you're interested in Warhammer 40k, then you are in the right place because every single day at 6 o'clock I go live to answer your questions. Now, I just need to sort this beam of light that is currently drowning me out, so I will get rid of that, hopefully. Somehow, he says... Come on, blinds, work with me. That'll do. Okay, cool. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hello in the chat. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Yeah, day 60. Wow, can't believe it. This was meant to be for 21 days, and we have tripled that pretty much. So anyway, obviously here to answer your 40k related questions. Yesterday we had so many quality questions. And I did say that I would be joined by Jack today, but we haven't managed to get everything sorted yet. Jack's been busy today working on the modules for the Academy, and I have been very busy today at Foreground looking at the terrain, the next series. So the VT Terrain 2.0, we've been looking at that and making some adjustments. Wow, it's looking good. We've got new VT objective markers in black and white, and then also gold. Burnished gold looks absolutely quality. We've got some measurement things. So that's all going to be coming on pre-order in the start of June. So obviously you guys will be able to grab that if you're on the Academy for the pre-order, and then it will go on main sale after that. So anyway, I hope you guys in the chat are doing well. Hope you guys have all had a good day. The other thing in the studio today was we've managed to sort out some internet. So we're going to be improving the internet as soon as possible. We're going to be, looking at wiring some different sockets, so that will help with the noise and things. And I just want the studio to be absolutely quality, as we're currently in the middle of building the second studio. Yeah, we're going to have two studios for Vanguard Studios. We'll have two. So one will be like the blue dark one, and then we're going to have a white clean one. So we'll have two different varieties, so we can hopefully film two different elements all at once to double the amount of content that we're going to be producing. Yeah. Now, what have I also been up to today? I had a huge delivery from Goblin Gaming. Now, Goblin Gaming is where I get my models from, and basically if you want to get any of your models, those guys are back up and running. They've got loads of stuff in stock, and if you order, they normally do like next day delivery. If you use the link below, I do get a little bit of commission, and they do discounts as well on products and stuff, so I do get a little bit of commission. So yeah, if you ever want to just go over to Goblin, click that link, that would be great. Helps me, buy new lights or all that stuff. The studio has been a huge investment. I'm talking massive. So all those little tidbits really help me support the channel as best as I can. So I had an order from today of some more Harlequins, and also got Jack some Deathwing Terminators. And also we've now started, I've got a Chaos Knight, because that now completes the Chaos Knight army. So I've got 3 knights to build, and I've got a cool conversion in mind I want to show you guys at some point. And then also we've got the starting of a Nid army. So I think we've got like 5 boxes of Steelers, we've got some Warriors, we've got some Swarm Lords, some Hive Tyrants, some Exocrines, so all that kind of good stuff. So that's going to be the guard, then I need to order Hive Guard and other bits and bobs. But anyway, making a nice little start on that. So yeah, it's all coming together. So that's what I've been up to today anyway. And then we've got Primarily, Henrik, Jack, Brian, Luke. So Luke said, evening all, FYI, I normally watch these while walking my dogs after work, but my dog walk is now on fire, so watching from my living room today. Oh wow. Stephen Carpenter, how you doing? Artemis, hello Stephen, it's Stephen from Mexico again. How you doing, Stephen? Andy, how you doing? Jack, Mr. Box, how many points were your VTGT? Build and primed about 1,400. It's going to be 2,000 points. You got 600 left to go. Get it painted and then base jacked. Come on, you can do it, son. You can do it. O'Neill said my Harlequin expansion plans are about to get slightly more expensive. Yes, they are. Mine have I've just got all the models I need now for my Harlequin army. Cannot wait to get it on the table. I've also got some bikes as well. So I've got 12 bikes that I can play around with. And I think I've got like 6 Star Weavers as well. So that should be good. The transports. That's what that were called? Anyway. Yeah, that's it. Brian's right. Yeah, 2K tournaments, yeah. So, Marcelo Paris, how do you protect important units in smaller games, 1,000 points, where you have less space in terrain to hide, especially if they're bulky like flyers? In that case, I mean, you shouldn't really be using that much less terrain. Obviously, everything's just downsized a bit more, okay? So just use literally half the amount of terrain you would normally use on half the table size. And I'd play it like that. So hopefully it shouldn't really be any different to playing a normal larger game of 2,000 points. And at the end of the day, you're not hiding flyers regardless. So unfortunately, flyers have got their inbuilt durability, which is their -1 to hit. Yeah. John has said, hello, Stephen, and greetings from Sweden. Both Admech and Knights have the Strat Rotate Iron Shield. Does that mean I can use 2 in the same time? No. So it's the same for Eldar and Harlequins and Drakari. They all have lightning fast reflexes. Because it's the same name of the same stratagem, you can only use it once, okay? So you can't lightning fast a Harlequins unit, an Eldar unit, and a Drakari unit. You cannot do that. So because they're all called the same, you can only do it once, okay? That's a great question though, and not really explained particularly well, so really good question. I can see why you had that. But I've been playing around with Harlequins a little bit more. Oh wow, I'm loving their tricks, you know? Are we gonna see them a lot? I'm not really sure. They're pretty tricksy, pretty fun, yeah. But I don't know, there's certainly not like an Iron Hands where you put it down on the table and it's like it kind of plays itself. Yeah, these players, yeah, see what I did there, are very, very tricksy. So yeah. Manic Stations, hey Stephen, can't wait to see the next kit of terrain. How do you keep motivated while painting, especially as you have so many Harlequins? I'm struggling to keep motivated. Manic, it's like anything, buddy. You know, it's all about the why, okay? Motivation, in my opinion, is overrated, okay? Motivation is never actually going to get you anywhere, okay? Because motivation will come and go just like the waves of the sea, right? They're always going to be up and down, up and down. But what keeps the boat chugging forward is constant process. That's the engine running, a crew, a captain behind the helm. Every single day, every single minute, they have to constantly do the same things over and over again. Once you've got the systems and habits in place, then you will get to your end goal, and you will not need motivation to do it. It will just become what you do. Once you've established that, like you do so many things every single day. Do I enjoy brushing my teeth? Not really, but I enjoy the feel of having clean teeth, okay? And I also do not want the expense of a dentist bill, okay? So am I going to enjoy the use of Harlequins on the table? Yes. Do I want the pain of putting Harlequins on the table that aren't painted very well, my opponent looking at them like, ugh, what is that? No. So I'm avoiding pain. I'm leaning towards the pleasure, which is using a beautifully painted army on the tabletop. So that's my why. All I need to do is constantly, keep the wheels turning every day. Just do something, whether it's, gluing pennies onto the bottom of my Harlequins to keep them weighted. That's what I'm doing today. Literally, super glue, you can see that there. Got all my pennies out and I started sticking to the bottom. Yeah. So again, motivation. If I'm motivated, I'll probably do like a 3-hour stint rather than an hour stint. Okay, that's where you can use motivation to your advantage. However, when there's no motivation whatsoever, I still put the hour in, okay, because the hour still takes me one step closer, okay, and that is what it's all about, okay. Yes. What else we got here? So, gun lines are boring anyway. Harlequins are fun. They are very, very fun. Very fun. And I love armies like that. So, yeah. And I've got some cool little unique things I don't think you'll see that often in my list. Guy Packer said, I have an Eternal, or hey, how you doing, Craig Douglas? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Also, Artemis says, so may I ask what masks are you running in your army? You can ask, but I'm not going to tell you just yet. So I'm going to keep it all on the lowdown for a while, and then I'm going to go to the GT VT, or the VT GT, and I'm going to unleash it there, okay? Guy Pack, I have an Eternal War game against a friend Iron Hands at 2,000 points tomorrow. He usually brings 3 Stormhawk Interceptors and an Executioner. Any tips? Playing some Cabal and Harlequin bikes. So if you're going second, make sure those Harlequin bikes are going in reserve. Do not give him chance to kill them, okay? If you're using the Coven, the Talos, make sure you're hiding them in ruins, okay? And then your Cabal, put all that in Deep Strike as well, okay? So if, oh no, you won't be able to, because we're using the same stratagem, so you won't be able to do that. But yeah, essentially, that's what I'd be looking to do is, you know, bait him, try and get him to shoot those Talos, make him work really hard to get behind those in an L shape or something. He'll have to fly over, shoot the Talos, and you need to forward pressure with them. You need to say, look, shoot my Talos. That's what you need to say. If you hide them at the back, then he'll just be like, cool, all right, don't need to worry about them. Make him deal with your Talos. That keeps your Ravagers free. It keeps your Harlequin bikes free. Yeah, and then you should be okay, all right? But you need to put the pressure on with those Talos, all right? And then if you're going first, all in. Literally, turn 1, all in. Force him into his own deployment zone. Force him at the back. Score early board, then switch to defend, and then change the tempo. So go speed up the tempo turn 1, slow it right down from turns 3 to 6. Hold on tight, and hopefully you've scored enough points, okay? And on the Academy, I talk a lot about tempo and how to control the game tempo, okay? And ultimately, you attacking, you defending, and when to switch, okay? And that's really important. Brian said, your premise on motivation is false, i.e. Psychologist, but the point you're trying to make is interesting as it follows a Start with My Framework by Simon Sinek. My premise, I'm not sure what you mean by my premise. Vlog sent, hey Stephen, thanks for these live streams, they are super helpful. I'm just getting into Warhammer and super interested in competitive scene. Thanks Vlog sent. I would like to play a combat based army looking at sister combat focused. Any tips or advice on what to buy first? Is it viable? Or do you know what, Combat Sisters, I literally have an army in there. I started building it and I then stumbled across Harlequins. They appealed to me a little bit more than the Sisters, but literally what I'd be looking at with Sisters is I had 3 units of 9 Repentia, all bloody rows. I had a unit of 10 Arcoflagellants, or 9, whatever it is, big unit of Arcoflagellants, priests, Taylor the Warrior, and with the Magifier, Celestine, Canoness. What else do I have in there? 3 units of 3 Mortifiers, and then just a little battalion of Battle Sisters, basically. So all combat. Oh, and then 3 units of Zephyrephorins, okay? They're flying elite ones with power weapons. Amazing unit. So yeah, loads of that stuff. Fantastic list, super quick, loads of models, combats like crazy. But yeah, all bloody rows. That's good. Really good competitive list as well, like super competitive list. Like I think top tier, okay? And I wouldn't tell, like, I would be running top tier lists, and that's what I was going to run until I decided actually I want to try the Harlequins instead, okay? Callie, and again on the Academy, we've got the list. We tell you how it works, how to run it, all that stuff. It was in List of the Week a couple of weeks ago. That will be on the Academy module where we do the lists and all that stuff, so you can see exactly how I run it and the strategy behind that as well. So that's all on the Academy, okay? Callie killed Nox Gaming. Thoughts on using Vanguard Vector Storm Shields in plasma pistols with a Smash Captain? They can screen the Captain in his rerolls ones. Seems great with Overwatch and pistols. I'll be honest, get rid of those plasma pistols, okay? Just get rid of them. If you roll ones, which you will, you'll kill your own set. You'll kill your own models. It only really works if you can get a +1 to hit. So, for example, you can put, let's say they were Chaos Terminators. and they were combi plasmas. You can put prescience on them, which is a psychic power to get +1 to hit. You can then give them +1 to wound. You can then double fire them if they're Slanesh, so they can pick a unit, kill it, double shoot, pick another unit, kill it. That's when they're good. Plasma pistols on Vanguard Vets? Absolutely not. Because literally all I'll do is, if you showed me a unit of Vanguard Vets, all I'd put is some like rubbishy pistols into you or bolt guns and you die. They've only got a 3-up save. So yeah, they need to be like thunder hammers. They need to get into combat, wrap and trap, and that kind of stuff. All right. So yeah, don't go plasma pistols with them. Combat. They got loads of attacks. Make it. Okay, make it in combat. Pac-Man 184. When playing a combat army, is your first priority to get an enemy unit wrapped or take out a big threat? That completely depends on the situation, completely depends on the mission, completely depends on my opponent's army. It really does depend. If I'm playing against knights, maybe I hold back for a while, and then I'll go for, you know, a couple of big targets all in one go. If they're a shooting army, then maybe I just try and get a wrap off, and then I'm setting up my next following turns. So what we got here? Cromcraft. Discipline, not motivation. Yeah, I would sort of lean towards more discipline than motivation. Guide pack. Thanks so much, dude. Really helps. John has said, as a returning player, keep tracking of strats. Gets confusing. Give me 4 to 6 focus on what my night list. Give me 3 to 6 to focus on with my night list. 3 Crusader, Gulliman, and Rusty 17. So, John, what I would do, mate, is literally just write down 4 stratagems you want to use. Okay. You don't need any more than that. Okay, so plan your plays. Don't just sit there with an open book, because you're going to get completely overwhelmed. So just pick 4 that you think, okay, cool. I'm going to rotate Iron Shields. I'm going to use this if I get bracketed so I can shoot on full bracket. And I'm going to advance in charge. Okay, so maybe work around those 3 things. Oh, and then if you're Tyrannus, stand back up and shoot. Okay. Or yeah, stand back up when you explode. So those 4 stratagems, that's all you need to use, okay? The rest, don't worry about it for now. You can add another stratagem in every single time you play. Add another stratagem in. I need to sort this blinds out because I'm going. O'Neill said, I'm getting increasingly impressed by Dire Avengers with Avenging Strikes when you take them in a slightly less target. I'm not sure what Avenging Strikes is, and just tell me what the rule is and I'll let you know what I think. But I do like Dire Avengers, actually. I was looking at an army the other day with 120 in with a Suruman, so they all get a 4+ invulnerable save and they get exploding 6s. That would be what I would probably look at. Brian said, might be an extended discussion on premise. I can effectively communicate in a video chat. Motivation isn't just a what. Motivation theory is quite deep in certain frameworks. Fit is noted. Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm sure motivation does have an impact, but in terms of in regards to the question, how do I stay motivated? I focus more on my systems. Now, Brian is a psychologist, so he'd be much better to talk about this stuff than me. Obviously, I'm talking about what works for, like, in my experience is, you know, I suppose, as a competitive bodybuilder and getting stuff done, basically, yeah. I try to lie less on motivation simply because I think if I tell myself I'm not motivated, then I'm probably not going to be motivated. I'll probably be less inclined to do it, whereas if I know I have to do it, then me thinking whether I'm motivated or not doesn't really come into it. I just get it done, okay? But yeah, if you want to speak more about motivation, then Brian's the guy to ask for sure. Luke said, evening Stephen, as a combat is where you excel. How come none of the combat horde lists, NIDs, orcs, etc. pique your interest? Just curious. I don't like the aesthetic of the models that much compared to Harlequins or Sisters, so simply an aesthetic, that's it. But yeah, I could certainly run orcs. I've actually got an orc army here. I've got a Genestealer cult army there that just, I'll be honest, isn't built and painted because I haven't been like, you know, everyone's got these pools, right, with what they like. So yeah, Harlequins, I love it. So yeah. And my favourite model is Incarn. It means anytime I can play with Incarn, I'm happy. Crom said, litany of focus from a chaplain on plasma. Yeah, but again, like, you're going to spend so many points on those pistols, and then they're just going to go dead from bolt gun fire back. You know, it's not going to... You have to get so close. The problem when you've got a shooting army that has to get so close to be effective, you're only ever going to get one turn out of it, and that is it. So that's... Let's say you get 10... Let's literally do the math together right here. You get 10 plasma pistol shots, right? Which means you can only come down 9 inches away, and if you're using the litany, you can't even use it on them because it has to be at the start of the battle round. So therefore that doesn't, you can't use deep strike now. You have to be already be on the board. So that means your opponent could shoot them either indirectly, with a flyer, whatever it might be, okay? So let's say you do make it, and you're probably not going to be like an inch away. So all that person needs to do is put their screen like 6 inches forward, and you know, you're going to be shooting something rubbish, because a good player is going to put their good thing that you actually want to shoot, you know, 6 inches behind that unit. You're 6 inches front of that line, so therefore you can't even shoot the thing you actually want to shoot. So now you're shooting something rubbish, right? Like a unit of 5 scouts or something. So you get 10 shots, +1 to hit, you hit on 2s, reroll 1. So you probably should get 9 hits, okay? Something like that. Okay, then you wound on 2. So then you literally lose maybe 7. Okay, cool. So you killed 5 scouts. Cool. Now you lose your entire unit, and that's like 200 points. Wasted. Whereas what you should have done was have a thunder, or 2 or 3 thunder hammers in that unit, wrap and trap that scout unit. You lose 1 in return. Okay, cool. So you lost that. Then you jump over whatever, and you then blow up their tank. And then you tag the next tank, wrap that one up, blow that up next turn, and they can literally go from tank to tank to tank to tank, blowing everything up, wrapping and trapping it, okay? So yeah, that's how you use those units. Hello, rules question. Do trowel drones intercept the attacks of a Death Jester against a suit getting pinned? -2, cannot move, fire Overwatch. Yes, they can't, they only take the damage. So if you hit, you still hit, because it only says you have to hit the target. So if you hit that Riptide, he can't Overwatch, okay? I guess those hits that fail still wound, still pin the Tau suit target, though, as an example. Tremor shells are applied to drones rather than the initial target, as per the Tau FAQ. Well, you can't tremor shell a fly unit, so Riptides have the fly keyword. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to do those anyway, really. Maybe broadsides. Avenging Strike gives them +1 to hit and wound if a model has died in a unit. I wouldn't take that because it's far too easy. If I know you've got that, I'm just going to go, okay, cool, I'm just going to remove the unit. I'll never let you use it, okay? Right, guys, I'm going to leave that there because I think that's everyone's question. Brian, thank you very much for some clarifications on the motivation side. I really appreciate your expertise in the chat, and I'm sure everyone else does as well, so great work on that. So Vlog sent impeccable determination. Astra Mid-Talon Warlord would work with Sister Repentia for free, 6-inch advance, saving the miracle dice. Maybe a small detachment of science for this trait. Not sure what that is, to be honest. The Warlord trait I prefer is simply the one which gives me, I take one little detachment of Ebon, which gives me a straight 6, and also an extra D3 command points. That's the Warlord trait I take. And I also take the one which means I can re-roll the dice as well, I think. I think that's the other one I take. Yeah. I'm not sure if an Astra Militarum Warlord trait would work on a Sisters of Battle unit. So, yes. If it does, that'd be great. Really good. Because then you can just auto-advance 6. Great. Especially when you can advance and charge those Repentia. Right, anyway, guys, look. I would love to see you all on the Academy. Okay, so if you are considering signing up for the Academy, now is the time. You've got loads of times to study. There's loads of cool modules, loads of new stuff happening because of the studios. And also remember that I donate $1 for every single person that's on the Academy since April to Movember, because Movember support men's mental well-being, and I put $1 every single month into Movember for every single person that's on the Academy, and I share with you, who's or what I'm donating as well, as I think it's a really, really good cause. The other thing that I've also finished is the other charity I'm involved with, which is called For Good. For Good is a charity that basically provides PPE for people in Britain at the moment, and basically I've been doing a lot of work with those guys to help raise awareness of what For Good of Good doing. They're making masks for people in care homes, people like hairdressers when we all go back to work and things, whatever it might be, anyone on the front line to fight COVID-19. These guys are doing a fantastic job, and that charity, I've just made a video for them explaining the concept behind how they came up with a fantastic product to fit a problem, and then they've now provided a solution. So I'm a big advocate of that. And also the Academy is supporting the For Good as well with making their videos and things. So yeah, if you want to be part of the Academy, if you want to get on board with what we're doing, if you want to become part of Vanguard Tactics team, you get literally by signing up, you get 7 or 8 videos straight away for free in the first 2 weeks anyway. At week 3, you get access to module 5, which normally you get at week like 20 or something, but I'm giving it to you guys at week 3 because it's loads of little tactical things you can get stuck in with. Sign up, let me know what you think. There's daily lessons, a fantastic community, and I'd love to see you on board. All right, I really, really would. Okay, there's only going to be 200 spaces on the Academy. We're currently at 145 the last time I checked, which was a couple of days ago. Once those 200 spaces are filled, I'm stopping the intake on the Academy. I will then need to basically probably hire somebody else, and prices for the Academy will be going up because I'll be looking at more kit, more equipment, all that stuff. So if you sign up now, your price won't change, but it'll be for new people after that when the doors open eventually again, after like the next intake. So once this first 200's full, it's full for a while anyway, until then the next sort of price increase. Is that we're just adding so much more value every single week. I'm pushing more value into that Academy. Like I said, I've got I'm going to have a full-time employee soon as well with Vanguard Tactics, and maybe even another in coming up soon. So I'm doing what I can to progress this business forward. But yeah, love to see you guys in the Academy. And if you don't like it, just stop. You just let me know you want to cancel, and that's completely cool. All right. Anyway, and you also get all the pre-orders for all the new terrain, all the gear that we're going to be getting. There's going to be hats, cups, everything, dice, objective markers. You're going to get a discount on all of that. You also get discount to our events, which is going to be like the VTGT series, which may be coming over to the States as well at some point in the future. So loads of good stuff planned. Anyway, guys, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow at 6. Unless, the only thing is, tomorrow I'm going on a bike ride, and I don't know what time that's going to be, so I may be checking in from a different place tomorrow, and we'll see what the internet's like. If it's awful, I'll leave a comment on the community, but I've done this for 60 days. I'm sure you guys will let me off one day if I don't manage to make it tomorrow, but if not, we'll definitely be back on Monday, okay? Anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.